Afternoon VC, Harris here with the vinyl 2022 tag. It's been a little while. Unfortunately, I got for a man who never gets sick, I managed to get clobbered by COVID literally on Christmas Day, and I've spent the last 3 weeks in bed, incapacitated, which was a fairly unpleasant experience, to put it mildly. In fact, I've just had my first negative test yesterday, and yeah, up and about, total isolation. But would like to thank the VC, to be honest, because to be honest, it does provide a lot of free entertainment. The VC, I've literally just lying in bed on my own, completely on my own, no one else in the flat. And I don't know if you've ever tried watching VC videos for 3 weeks, 18 hours a day. I don't necessarily recommend that, but you know when people have said, "How was your Christmas? Who did you spend it with?" and you respond by saying Norman Maslow, you know that maybe reality is maybe tilted a little bit too far into the VC direction. But yeah, it has been a massive help, to be honest. And as I said, when you're sort of lying there and like you haven't seen another human being for like 2.5 weeks, and you think how much worse can things get, and then you watch a bloke with a ponytail showing 37 Rush albums, you do think, there but for the grace of God, go. There's always someone worse off than yourself, but yeah, it's I think I'm over the worst, so good times. And so I thought I'd do the tag. I'll probably miss some questions, I don't know, I'm not on top of my game here. I've been doing the VC a year as well, so thank you everyone who subscribes and watch a year a day, I think. So yeah, it's been good times. But let's crack on. Favourite find of 2021. Found this December the 24th. Probably my last day out and about, and I was chuffed. This is charity shop. 13 quid it cost me. What's that, $20? So chuffed to find this. The Payback, James Brown. This is a UK original. James Brown's 39th album, and I think it's his greatest album, this. Two discs, 8 tracks. Everyone knows The Payback, don't they? I mean, Christ, what a tune that is. But this is the killer. This is like the funk odyssey. This is... Him and his band have almost got like a telepathic understanding at this point. Well, 39 albums in, they probably should have, to be honest. But yeah, incredible album. Really chuffed to find this, because this is hard to find. And yeah, it was sitting there. I say not super cheap, £13, and it's kind of VG Plus-y, but man, you don't see this a lot. So yeah, December the 24th, just got it just in time. Love it. Album by the first band you ever saw live. Yeah. First band I ever saw live, January the 23rd, 1988, Depeche Mode. I went on there, it was the What's the 101 tour, I suppose. I went with I wasn't really into Depeche Mode, and every town had a local maniac, which for a change wasn't me, and there was this girl called Sam who was like the town punk. She had like this mohawk she used to do with boot polish, and she used to wear like these ultra short skirts and ripped tights and DMs. And she approached me at college because she knew I was a bit of a loon, and said, "Oh, do you want to see Depeche Mode?" And I just went, "Yeah, all right." And yeah, off we went to Bournemouth, and it was amazing they were playing Bournemouth, and it shows that Depeche Mode probably weren't. Their popularity was waning in the UK, because like 2 months later they played in front of 75,000 people at the Pasadena Rose Bowl. But 2 months previous, I was watching them in front of 3,000 people in Bournemouth, which is like a total sleepy retirement town as well. But it was a phenomenal gig, and it was the Music for the Masses tour, I believe. And I bought this, I think, the next day after the gig. The gig was incredible. And I always remember the support band were a band called Hard Corpse, which were like some electro band from Belgium or something. And the female lead singer, who was quite attractive, took her top off. So it was a day of firsts for me, to be honest, because yeah, incredible. But yeah, this is a bit of a Whistles and Bells version, apparently. This goes for mad money. I don't know why. It's got this insert, and yeah, Violator's my favourite Depeche Mode, but yeah, Music for the Masses is great, and it was an incredible gig. To see Depeche Mode in front of 3,000 people when they were probably at the top of their live game was not something you forget easily. But yeah, incredible. Next up, record by duo. I had to choose this. The Carpenters. I love the bloody Carpenters. Carpenters' greatest hits. It's all good here, isn't it? We Only Just Begun, Ticket to Ride. I love their version of Ticket to Ride on here. Superstar, Goodbye to Love, Rainy Days and Monday. I mean, it's all classics, isn't it? But yeah, Yesterday Once More. Yeah, my favourite duo, the Carpenters. Record still in the sleeve. Janet Jackson's Control. I don't know why I've still got this one in the sleeve. I know me and my mate used to, when I bought this, we had a ritual. I used to go over his house and do homework, and I used to have to cycle a mile or so. So I probably kept it in the sleeve maybe, so it didn't get damaged. But yeah, I love Janet Jackson's Control. I think this is one of the great pop albums of all time. And yeah, good times. What have you done for me lately? When I Think of You, that's the killer, innit? And Let's Wait a While. But yeah, still in the old sleeve. Amazing. 36 years this year. It's maintained. Concept album. Don't own a lot of concept albums. I'm not really a concept albums guy. Millie Jackson, Caught Up. Great sleeve as well. A concept about infidelity, really. Millie Jackson, she's trying it on with the neighbour's husband and not happy. It's not going well. So she writes an album about it. So yeah, basically you got an album about infidelity, and obviously the rather cack-handed symbolism there. They're all caught up in the web. See what she's done there. Well done, Millie. Got a great version. It starts off with "If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right." Who did that? The bloke who did Dark End of the Street did that, didn't he? Brilliant. But yeah, it's a good album. This Millie Jackson's Caught Up, and probably one of my few concept albums. But yeah, Millie Jackson's Caught Up. Live album. I've chosen this one because I don't have many live albums. I think I've shown them all. Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. I think this was their farewell tour. Smokey Robinson is probably my musical hero, along with Dozier Holland. And this is from the 1972 National Parks, Washington DC farewell gig. In theory, this is amazing. It's a double album. It's the track list it's the Smokey Robinson track list from Heaven. Bad Girl, Shop Around, Tracks of My Tears, Here I Go Again. Incredible. More Love, one of the greatest Smokey Robinson songs ever. More Love. In theory, amazing. In practice, not as amazing. They go a bit showbiz on it, and Smokey can't stop yapping between tracks. He's like drivelling on, like thanks for the support over the years, blah blah blah. At times it's brilliant, and at times it's frustrating. But say, looking at the track list, you're thinking this is the greatest gig ever. But yeah, don't quite turn out that way. But yeah, that's my live album, Smokey Robinson, The Miracles, live in '72. Album with a price sticker on the cover. This is a nice one, isn't it? Iggy and the Stooges, Nice Price. Anyone from the UK remember Nice Price? £2.99 this was. They did it on albums that no one wanted, which is hard to believe, but this is pretty much where Iggy and the Stooges were in about 87, 88 when I bought these. Like literally, no one wanted them. No one had heard of them. Literally, no. I remember buying this and like literally no one had heard of Iggy and the Stooges. They were so chronically unfashionable. You could buy all their albums second hand for about less than £1. I remember seeing Funhouse for like £2 second hand, and like an original US copy. Like you could not give these records away. So our price did it on their $2.99 deal. There's a few. Look, this is it's quite interesting. You see what they couldn't sell: the Clash debut album, Earth, Wind and Fire, ABBA's Arrival, Art Garfunkel, Janis Joplin. All of these they couldn't give away. So they went Bob Dylan, bringing it all back home, £2.99. And yeah, so that's my one. Iggy and the Stooges, Raw Power. Album from another continent. I've gone for the Antipodean. What's the continent? Australia. Kylie. Oh yes, I love this era of Kylie. Everyone likes Kylie when she's by the mid-90s. Kylie sort of went trendy. She had like the Manic Street Preachers writing songs for her and all that. I hated that era. Nonsense. Kylie's job was to bring out disco bangers and wear hot pants. And this is her third album. This is the killer. This starts off, Better the Devil You Know, track 1, You're Off. Step 2, Step Back in Time. Oh my God. Ultra banger. Number 3, maybe a Greatest Moment. Maybe a Louie. Maybe a Smells Like Teen Spirit. What Do I Have to Do? Absolutely amazing. And this comes with a free poster. Still got the poster as well. I'll tell you what, there's blokes in Japan who give you about 200 quid for this. They're nuts for Kylie over there. But yeah, this was Kylie's high watermark, I believe. Rhythm of Love album. Gotta love it. And yeah, love a bit of Kylie. This is the killer. Punk or New Wave album. And album I've never played. I had so much nonsense like this around the early 90s, late 80s. I was just, like I say, records were so cheap. I mean, they literally, people would hand you armfuls of records for free. Bad Religion, No Control. Not only is it punk new wave, it fits into a record I've never played this. I'm pretty certain it's utter nonsense. If anyone lived near me, they could have this. And I had a quick look on Discogs. It goes for a couple of quid, actually. But I just know this is crap without even having to listen to it. It's going to be awful. But, yeah. Oh, it's got an insert. There you go. Bad Religion, No Control. Never listened to it. God knows how I came above it. I expect someone who lived near me went, oh, you're into records, and gave it to me, I expect. But, yeah, Bad Religion, No Control. Never played it. And it's my punk and new wave record. But if anyone does live near me, come and get it off me. And yeah, probable nonsense, I imagine. A box set. I only own 2 box sets, and they're not real box sets. But this is the posters I can come. This is great. Dance to the Best of ESG. ESG. I think ESG are probably better known in England than America or the rest of the world. They were the Scroggins sisters from the South Bronx, who were like 15 years old in 1981. And their mum wanted to make sure they didn't get involved in any gang issues. So bought them a guitar, a drum, and a set of congas. And they used to do this sort of minimal funk. And Tony Wilson from Factory Records saw them play Hurrahs in New York, Hurrahs nightclub, and brought them back and signed them to Factory Records. Factory Records, who obviously Joy Division, New Order. And they used to do these great little minimal funk songs, which you may not think you know, but have been sampled all over the place. Probably the two best well-known ones are UFO, I think Public Enemy, and loads of people have sampled, and Moody. But this is like a 4-album box set of their whole output, ESG, and it is just this sort of minimal funk, just great stuff. They were so young at the time. They're only about 45, 50 years old now, ESG, and they've been doing it for years. But yeah, that's me only other box. I've got 2 box sets, and this is me other. That's not really a box set, is it? It's only 4 records. Record with more than 8 people on the cover. I've gone for I didn't have any. Couldn't find a single one. Even Earth, Wind and Fire don't appear on the cover of the albums I've got, and there's about 42 of them. It's a compilation. Batacuda Capiera. Batacada, sorry. Batacada is like an offshoot of samba. It's very rhythmic. It's just drums, essentially. It's a bit like Burundi, actually. It's not a million miles away. Not for everyone. Can be quite hard going. It literally is just drums. This is a compilation of Harmless from 1988. But yeah, more than 8 people on the cover. And yeah, it's an acquired taste. But I quite enjoy it. You've got to be in the right mood. And yeah, so that's the only album I've got with more than 8 people on the cover. Album with a sporting theme. I've shown this, I think, before. Super Saints, probably the greatest day in football history. 1976, the day lowly Southampton beat the mighty Man United 1-0 with a goal by Bobby Stokes, the legend that is. Sadly died about 20 years after this, working in a cafe in Southsea, which says a lot about where football was then, because nowadays he'd be a multi-millionaire overnight. But the legend that is Bobby Stokes. And yeah, the last FA Cup that the Queen ever presented the cup to the captain. It was such an amazing achievement that even the Queen realised it wasn't going to get any better. And a lot of people say Bobby Stokes' goal was offside. Rubbish. They even asked the Queen afterwards, and she went, "Are you having a fucking laugh? That was onside by about a yard." So yeah, Super Saints, Southampton 1, Man United 0. The greatest day in football history, really. I think they abolished the league after that and set up the Premiership because there just was no point in going on. But yeah, amazing record. Commentary of the whole game. I've listened to this so many times. Greatest hits. They were my Beatles, the Human League. Great. I can't tell you how much I loved the Great Human League back in 80, 81. They were my Beatles. They were everything to me. And this is great. This is All Killer No Filler. Mirror Man. Keep Feeling Fascination. Sound of the Crowd. Being Boiled. That's one of the greatest songs ever, in it. Being Boiled. Even when they went R&B, they were amazing. Human. I love Human. And it's just great. I love when Phil does his talky bits. And yeah, Amazing Gatefold. Found those two girls in a nightclub, couldn't sing, couldn't dance, but just thought, yeah, they do. Got them in the band, and the rest was history. The Human League's greatest hits. Film soundtrack, Repo Man. Love Repo Man. Alex Cox, great soundtrack as well. Iggy Pop, Black Flag, Suicidal Tendencies, Circle Jerks, The Plugs tracks on here are amazing. And yeah, great times. Repo Man. Album without any writing on the cover. I couldn't really find any, but I've gone for a 12-inch single. New Order, Touched by the Hand of God, the genius sleeve. Peter Saville, who did all the New Order sleeves, who's an utter genius in my opinion. This has always been my favourite New Order sleeve, although I could name 20 New Order sleeves. But yeah, Touched by the Hand of God, 12-inch single, no writing, and yeah, Peter Saville, just the greatest. And finally, a record from 1982, Orange Juice, You Can't Hide Your Love Forever. You can tell this album's 40 years old because it is absolutely hanging. I used to take this into school under my arm every day. I don't know why. I used to love this album so much. You Can't Hide Your Love Forever by Orange Juice. I still love it, really. I don't play it much now, but it's an amazing album. I just absolutely love it. But yeah, You Can't Hide Your Love Forever, Orange Juice, 1982. So that's all my answers. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching for the last year. Thanks for liking and subscribing. It's so appreciated. And I'm so chuffed the amount of people that watch and subscribe and comment. It really means a lot to me. And it genuinely did help me out over the last 3 weeks, which has been really demanding. So I appreciate it. And speak to you all soon. Thank you so much.